decided I'm gonna get this mic that's gonna help with the didgeridoo sessions a lot. But today, so what I want to do, oh, they're chewing me up. So what I want to do today is because I already did the freaking tutorial twice and it got like corrupted twice. This is gonna be the tearing up tutorial. It's where I use two didgeridoos that are just about the same, just size is the only difference, which is a little bit of density, it's a little bit of everything, but it plays just about the same. It's a little bit of a different note. But so tearing up, basically, I try and hit a note on this one, and because I haven't stretched my vocal cords enough, I play it on the other one. I play it first on this one, and I go and I play it on this one, and I know it's not going to sound like it on this one, but it's basically calibration, because when I go back and I play the same note on here, I can get to it easier and I can find more control. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to record it just off of this mic, and you're not going to catch all the different tiers, and then there will be a second edition of this tutorial with the microphone that should solve this dilemma. I think I already flipped a coin on it, and heads never lies. But you can't do it all the time. You can't base everything you do off of a coin flip. It has to be that one thing, like maybe every couple months, you know. And the trick is heads is what you want most of all, and tails is what, like, you know you shouldn't. Like, kind of like you give it the option for the energy to flip the coin for you where it's supposed to go. I mean, maybe that's a little bit crazy. Alright, it's definitely crazy. I wouldn't say basing your life off it if it's like your only option. Because I don't know if it's that accurate. I can manage, I got an extra 400 from live streaming, so I can manage to, it cost me, I'm about to spend all that, because now I'm thinking, okay, mic, it's going to be like between 140 and 200. It used to be freaking 80. Already hate my existence. Not even through the door yet. And then realizing, okay, so I'm going to get that. Well, I need a didgeridoo stand. Not one that I can just stand it up, but I need one that's like a mount. But if I want to do that with both, I need a dual mount. And they need to be side by side, and those things are about like $120. So there's the $80, right, that I needed originally for the mic. And I was like, oh, I got another one. Got fucked up. Just way more hassle than it being work, trying to get it to fucking work. And by the time I got to work, I end up fucking it up. Because I'm not a producer. And it's not as easy as it seems, especially with recording the didgeridoo. It's, you know, I mean, most stuff, the sound comes from one area. You're good. You get it to pick up the notes and it doesn't go past it. Like, I've recorded stuff like that and had lessons with friends and stuff like that and watched stuff. But with the didgeridoo, everybody just throws their fucking hands in the air and like, oh, fuck it. Like, so I prefer to play in person. Sorry for the F-bomb. I don't know if they allow it here. They better. Oh, you know, it's marked as, yeah, I go off. But anyways, so yeah, that's what I'm gonna be doing. Since I'm not really live streaming anymore, I'm gonna be on this other app, audio live streaming there, I believe. Once I get this mic, I'll be doing like ASMR and then tutorials such as this. But I would like to actually record it, because it's just a tutorial through audio isn't the best. So what I'll do is I'll get people interested in there, engaged. I can manage to get some traffic through the internet to this specific app. From what I've gathered, it will help if I can target it right. So then they come find me on Spoon while I'm playing, and then if they're interested in wanting a tutorial, I'll send them here. Just Linktree, which is Linktree Pixel Puppet. So, with all being said, it is hot out here. I'm only mildly in the mood to redo this. especially that I just got my hopes up. I was like, oh, I'm in the mood to do it, and then it's like grounding in my subconscious that this isn't the best mic still to do it on. So I'm gonna do a mild one. I'm not gonna do a full introduction to tearing up. It will be, sorry for the rambles. I'll probably just end this video and start it over or not. I don't know. But I need to do at least a mild one because I wasn't able to hit the notes I wanted to right off the bat. Which, given I know when I'm going to do that, I won't go and perform without warming up properly first. But I haven't felt like playing in a couple weeks, and something made me want to play finally. Mainly because it's like I was going to go and perform and do art in the city, and then now it's like I can't again, and it's just like I'm gonna do this and then I can't, and then I was gonna do this and then I can't, and it's been for years now, so I decided I'm gonna get this microphone and keep the other bit of money I have. I'm gonna put some sounds up for sale because I have some extra money coming as well, a little bit to work with. I'll be able to manage it for everything I need. I'll put up a site to where you can get the rights to and download the sounds that you hear, just in case you're a DJ or something. That's what I'm doing. I've settled on it, and then I'll be able to work that into DJing myself, and eventually I'll actually build up to a setup, and it'll come along. And I just need to be out there. The thing is, I realize this, like, I need to be out there, but getting stuck in the suburbs, I can't. So yeah. And then normally, like, it's just so hard that it's not worth it it doesn't have the gain to like stay like leveled unless I'm like right in the city. So, you know, a lot of stuff. So here's the thing. Once this whole Rona thing ends, taking my didgeridoos, few extra pairs of socks and boxers, an extra pair of clothes, and a jug of water. And I'm gonna find a way, probably through an app, to a proper festival. I'm gonna do my due diligence this time and not be like, oh, it's fine, and just run off and do it with somebody off whisper and like have the worst experience of my life again. We're not gonna do it. I'm gonna turn into a freaking werewolf and almost get arrested by the sheriff, like while I'm blacking out. Like, I must have turned into a werewolf. Why else would there be like freaking 20 cops standing around me when I come to, you know? I wasn't wearing silver and it was a full moon. I realized this. It's like, oh my god, I start to come through mid to like part of my memories are looking up at a full moon, just like basically naked in the woods, and it's like, I forgot my silver, I just turned into a werewolf, and I'm like, in just the stretchy pants, you know, that werewolves often turn into so they don't rip them, you know, gym shorts. Didn't have shoes or anything on. I remember leaving like this, so like I know I didn't actually turn into a werewolf, but I like to paint it as. Anyways, there you go. A little bit about myself. I'm a wild one. We're gonna play the didgeridoo, but yeah. So that's basically what will happen. I'll make sure to bring silver, and I'm gonna go hit festivals and just play. I've been trying for so long to be like, okay, if I can just record a little bit. And like, I don't even, like, now I'm just to the point, I don't even want to get the mic to record it. But I flip the coin and it says I should. And I bet you, if I astronomically start flipping this coin and asking it this question, like syncing it up, like in the time frame, make sure my energy is actually asking this question to the coin. Every time, it's going to keep landing on that. Eventually, there'll be like the anomaly and it won't, I feel like. But I know this is what happens, so the universe will keep trying to find a way of putting this back there. As far away I can get it. One half is trying to take me away from it, and the other half is trying to push me to it. So realistically, you know, it's like universe or whatever. I feel like I'm moving, I can feel it, and it looks like I'm moving, but I'm actually staying in the same place. It's like if you were going the opposite way that the planet's rotating, right? And you're going extremely fast, like as fast as the planet's rotating, however fast that is, and you went equal to that, you would be in the same spot. Well, except for that's also moving its mass in space, so you wouldn't quite be in the same spot. You'd actually be falling a little bit behind because you wouldn't be able to catch up until you did all the way backlap. Yeah, backlaps are from Mario Party. You can make somebody think they're gonna win if you do it right, but not actually. How did you get up there? You're gonna win. They didn't check the. Anyways, 10 minutes. I haven't played Didgeridoo yet. We're just gonna do it. So I'm gonna tear up. This is Didgeridoo. This is Didgeridoo 1, Didgeridoo 2. I call this one Shorty and Big Didge. It was nicknamed Big D, but we call it Big Didge, and I'm gonna let other people nickname it Big D. watch, it's gonna happen. Yo, Stoney, whip out the Big D. Oh, that's some dumb stuff. Okay. Now, I'm like, sure, I'm taking this time to make some more comedy acts too, stuff like that. Just like, dude, I have left the house like, in like 7 months, I have left like once. Because I'm good at like making sure I don't go out. I have to go get lighters, and it's like I don't want to go and get lighters. I don't want to just go out to get lighters. Like, God forbid. So let's tell somebody get me lighters if I can ever remember, or just go. I just prefer it. I mean, it's better to even go out just in groups, like even not even like it's better for one person to go out because you're not accidentally up in somebody's stuff. People start. It's in our DNA to see people grouping and to naturally group. We're like those birds that do it for warmth. It's in our DNA. So yeah. Anyways, I just stalled another 2 minutes. See how long that build up is? You didn't even know. You didn't know what you were waiting for, but you're still like, I'm gonna do it. If you really just want to hear it, go to another video. It'll probably be me rambling a lot in there too. Mainly because I haven't situated on just doing a full tutorial setup. Like, that's not all it's about for me. So, I don't know. Here we go. Alright, so we're gonna do the note on this one and then decide which note we want to do. And the one that we can't properly do the best we can. Still sound good, but it's not it. That may have not been the best one to warm up it on, but it doesn't really matter, I don't believe, not that I know of, so it's gonna be a little bit trickier. See, what I realized is when I do that note, when I do a note on this one and I try and play it onto the larger one, I start off on this one, and I would try and take this note and play it on there, I would be attempting to alter it. Because it's larger, I would compensate and say, okay, if I do this, if I do that, I'll be able to get it closer to that sound. While that, that isn't necessarily like proven not to be true, it has an adverse effect. It's better if I don't let my brain know that I'm going to be doing it on a larger one, basically. Not telling myself, not being aware of it, I guess, if that makes sense. So, we're going to see how it worked. I feel like it might have helped. Normally, I will like feel it. I will feel like the vocal cords, like, okay, they're ready to go. And I don't think they always used to be like that. I think somewhere down the line, this crazy shit, that throat thing messed my throat up a bit last year. And it still doesn't feel all the way right. Probably not hydrating enough, probably too hot. I probably have played didgeridoo for way too long at a time while too hot. Many times. That's whatever. I can still speak and I can still play. I can play good. Again, I assure you, we can really mix up some sounds. Okay, so that'll be good. Here we go. So we're gonna try it on this one now. I do also like to take gaps in between. If I sit here and jump right back and forth, it doesn't quite have the same effect, because while I'm sitting here discussing this, my subconscious is thinking about what just happened, and it's kind of like it's gonna help me sync it up when I'm warming up. And then that way I can also relax my vocal cords a little bit too. Because if they tensen up or anything, it makes it a lot harder to hit a note. And I think that's probably where damage has come from, is that I forced it for so long. However, that is the tool that I still needed, so I can't say what? I don't know. Alright, here we go. That was better. I had more control over it that time. We're gonna go back. Normally, see, the thing is with that note, how I get it to have this echoing, reverberating spiral that's like freaking whatever, the ASMR spectrum. For me, that I would like a mic that can resemble that as well. I need to do other notes, but usually I just want to jump onto that note and I can't. I have to do other notes first. Especially when I haven't played like just within the past 24 hours. And I believe it's 24 hours, that's a good balance, because that's a day, even if I play a few minutes a day, but it's hard to even get myself to feel inspired to play a few minutes a day, especially now. It's just like, I can't live stream with it really, except for this other app I'm gonna do. So it's like I'm performing without an audience. What is the point? Okay, so I record it. Well, that's not working. So what is the point? I try and go somewhere I can street perform, start breaking out once this stuff in figures. What's the point? And it just keeps going like that, and it's bad because, I mean, the thing is, I have played so much. And everything I start to think that I want to do, I've already done. Like, and I would love to have another perspective of someone who plays like similar to my traits on the didgeridoo, which I haven't. I found other people, and I do pick up stuff from other people who play, but it's very rare to find other people who play in general. You're never really gonna find two people that play the same. You'll find people that resemble, and that's also largely based off the didgeridoo and the stuff they do. Myself, I always go farther. I've injured myself a few times playing the didgeridoo because I always am tampering with it. Luckily, I haven't been somebody that's like collapsed a freaking lung or something. I'm careful. I have good lung strength. I have a long enough tongue. But one time I did build up a really powerful note, the strongest I have ever. It's like I can sit there and build a note up. Once I get into the sync and everything's warmed up and it's muscle memory and I'm hitting it right on time, I can. It's almost like a combustion engine, right? If you've ever seen somebody, you can basically take a saxophone and it looks like a saxophone, all right? It's like a muffler, it goes like this, right? Well, it is a muffler or something, but basically you put gasoline in there and light the other end of it. I'm not saying do this, but this is how you make a combustion engine. I watched this on a show and I was like, oh, they basically just took a metal cylinder. It's probably like that wide around, it's hollow, right? It goes like that, right? They connect it to like this, so like both open ends are facing, backwards. They put onto a bicycle. They put like some gas in there, as it had like a little bit of a corridor or something, and they and they lit it, and it would, after it was lit, it would light up part of the air and then blow itself out. Light up part of the air, blow itself out. But this was enough to propel a vehicle, basically. Yeah, but it wasn't safe at all. Like, you know, we're not going to do this type of stuff, but we do use it similar, just not to that level. But that is a very good explanation. And seeing that it actually gives me something to resemble this to, more so. Like, sure, I could have resembled it to a combustion engine and explained it like that, but that wouldn't, that doesn't quite hit that point. Maybe I would not have actually noticed either. But anyways, my point of that. So I built up the note, and I was building the note up really powerful, and I don't know, like, I kind of moved off just a little bit, because normally I go like this to help build it up and stuff. I feel like it was something like that, and like I kind of dropped a little bit too much or something. Maybe the ground was uneven. Like sometimes I'll think I'm stepping somewhere, moving, and it'll be like a little bit lower down. You know, usually I catch it, but let's say that didn't happen. Well, this jerks, and all that built up energy goes back. It doesn't, instead of it coming out the bell, and as I'm targeting it to go towards the bell, it goes inwards, and I basically, both my eardrums start ringing. Both my eardrums popped. Like, they didn't actually like pop. Like if I bursted an eardrum, like be really bad. But it was so loud. Like, I know I gave myself another layer of fucking damage to my ears. It's not good, guys. I need to start. I can only hit certain sounds based on how I can hear it. So like, I need to get this stuff going. But it has always helped. So that's the quick fix. Even though it's steadily making me go crazier. Or so I believe. Okay, so yeah. Here we go. That helps. So we just did it on this one. I'm gonna do it different now. So I'm gonna do it on this one first. Basically, I'm taking the same vocal cords, I'm just getting them to have more room to work with, and it's like stretching them for me. And I'm already getting hot, so I'm not gonna, I don't know, probably gonna have to redo this video, I don't know. My hair's a mess, I don't care, whatever. Feel much more control in both notes. Now I start doing this with other notes that I want. I come up with it on here, I do it on there. I go back to the small one, I figure out what note I want to do, then I do it on the large didgeridoo. Then I come back and do another note. I sit there and do that for a very good amount of time. It's a little bit, I get a little bit more distracted while streaming or recording, whatever. But I want to sit there and do that to myself for a good, the more the merrier, really. There's a point though, after I would say an hour and a half is, you're pushing it, like an hour and 15 minutes, and it depends as well. But I haven't in a while, and it's already helping a lot. I need to do it more. I'm not quite in the mood still, and especially because it's hot. But there you go, that's a brief introduction of tearing up. I just need to make a note. I don't think there's a video of this already, because twice I'm pretty sure it got messed up. So there may or may not be. This is a little bit more onto, it was fully in depth, y'all. I went through like all of it, like And then it's a didgeridoo documentary on this YouTube channel you're on is a didgeridoo documentary. It's an ongoing didgeridoo documenting channel, and I recorded like hours upon hours, somewhere I don't know, at least 10 hours. I feel like it was 30, but I don't actually know, of stuff, and basically none of it's good. And then and then I was like, okay, then I did it again. I did it once, and then with something that didn't work, so I tried something else, and I was like, okay, it will work. They say it works. It works some, and then only when I actually really need it to work, it does not work. I'm sick of it, guys. I just want to play the freaking didgeridoo. So with that note, I'm gonna play by myself and not have to look at a screen or explain anything to anybody. If you got questions, drop them in the comments if you play. If you want to know where to get a didgeridoo, I can let you know good places to get them from and tell you how to pick out a good one to start off on. More expensive is not better. Bigger is not better. Like you don't want it to be heavily dense, especially not your first one. You can get mildly dense, but you want something that carries a note easier. But anyways, yeah. So I just want to run off to festivals, meet. I don't want to go by myself. I don't want to take anybody with me. That's too much. Most people like I don't want to go to a festival by myself. Like I don't know about you. I got a didgeridoo. Like that basically entitles me not to be alone while I'm fucking around on it. Like that's just how it works. I just be walking and playing a didgeridoo, and then like people start like following you. Like it's really weird. Like penguins, like in a scene. They don't want to disturb you because you're playing and you're walking. They're trying to get your attention. Like I can tell they're following me. They're like what? I'm just like it's a little bit weird. So I'll just do that. But that means waiting, and that could. I don't know. Supposedly stuff's gonna open up, and I don't even know if it's a good idea. The thing is, stuff might open up August and stuff, but there's only a small portion of it. I'm not gonna be able to hop around through festivals. So like, it has a very small portion of the benefit. I get these recordings up better with this mic, then I can continue sending tracks and demos, sound effects for DJing to festivals and get some gigs lined up for when all this breaks. So yeah, that's all I really want to do. I don't want to try and produce it anymore. I'm gonna get this mic so I can literally just record it, not really edit it. Maybe I'll run it through and do a static filter, figure out how to do that again, something like that, if need be. I definitely, like before I sell the sounds, they would. But really, I don't want to have to keep dealing with that because it has so many problems, and I keep making so many bad decisions with it. There are other means of going about it than going onto the internet and being lied to buy something about everything on something that nobody knows anything about how to do properly. It's just like no. I changed my life course, I was gonna go and do other stuff, and then now because of this, that's literally all I'm gonna do. It's all I'm gonna do is play the didgeridoo and find a beat.